Welcome to the next video in Chapter 13, Code With Me. I promise this video will not be as long as the previous one. I do apologize for the length of the previous one, but we only have a little bit left in Chapter 13, and then we are done. So let's jump into it. First thing is, with the CSS, let's go ahead and organize this to make it easier for us to see what's going on and to figure out exactly what is going on with all of our code and not just some gigantic list of code. The first thing is, we're going to go to click after the closing brace of the wrapper right here. We're going to add the following CSS comments. I recommend 10 asterisks on each side to make the comment more visible, but basically as long as you have more asterisks, you can make it more visible as you want. So slash, asterisk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, counting the original, space, header, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, slash. So that way it's easier for us to see exactly what's going on and how our different areas are separated. Rule that group selectors H1, 2, and 3 doesn't really count because it's not in the header. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. After the first letter, we're going to get back into the main content. Main nav. You can say main nav bar if you wanted to. Going down, current page, get into the main content. So main page content. Next we have down here getting into the tutors page. Tutors page. Next we have the footer. And I'm going to go down here and specify all of our classes. But that also means we need to go up here, find our classes, business name and stretch text, and move it to the bottom because that's where our classes are going to be. All right, that was easy for organizing our rules. Next for specificity, activity 13.8. Oh, we're done with this. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So we're going to leave our tutoring page and go into specificity. Close this, close that, close that, close that. Open the index page, open the CSS page. All right, we're in this. We're going to add a new rule in in specificity.css. And in this browser, we're going to open up the file, specificity index. There we go. All right. Notice the list of dogs in the index page. Is identified right here with the ID of dogs. So we're going to color the dogs, pun intended. Add a new color rule to all the items in the dogs list. So we're going to identify with an ID, dogs, li, color, make it nice and simple, red. Save, refresh. Does all of those, sweet. Identify the best dog. Go back into your HTML, going to find Brian, ID, best, save. Now, I'm sorry, this is a class, not an ID. We're using a class because we may reuse it later to identify the best cat or something else on this page. Color the best dog. Okay, well, best dog, color blue. Save, refresh. Why didn't that work? Why didn't that work? Well, if we take a look at our CSS, we notice that our ID of dogs in the li means that we have our color of red. Best is just a class by itself. So either we can say dogs and then the class of best, which may work, good. We can say dogs li and best, we could say dogs li best and specify other items. Or if we just want to make it overwrite everything, we could say important and still have it blue. The best dog, Brian, is now blue. Important with the exclamation point worked to override any specificity conflicts. Now that we know the problem is a specificity issue, we can raise the specificity of the rule to be greater than that of the conflicting rule. So just saying, like I mentioned before, dogs and then li, removing the important aspect. We could also say dogs by itself and just have best, which means that the color of Brian is now blue. Okay, that was quite easy. And that is all of chapter 13. There'll be a little more than that. Okay, well, let's see what else we can do. Let's go back into index. Let's say UL has the ID of cats. Okay, well, again, if we say just best, then nothing has the actual color of blue because we also haven't specified cat. Class best. There we go. So here's an interesting concept. Why did the cats get colored blue, but the dogs did not? That's because by default, this list of cats does not have any overriding concepts. It's using the default styling sheet based in the browser and has nothing else to colorize it. So if we say cats li color green, that means that the li in cats is now all green, but the best in both is now not blue. So we can either say important to raise that to the highest level and make them blue, or we can say ul.best doesn't work. Okay, we could say ul li best. Does that work? No, because we're specifying that. Okay, that doesn't work. What if we say dogs.best? Okay, that works. If we add cats.best, that works as well. Is there an easier way to work this without having to repeat ourselves? Not really, unfortunately. We have the ID of both, and we have the class of best. But because we have the cats and the li up here and the dogs in the li, these are overriding just the class by itself. So by adding the ID to the class, by making it two separate selectors, that raises the specificity, making the color override the previous values. Just do a little change. We change best from Fritz to Garfield because he's nice and 40. And now we have Garfield as blue. So hopefully that gave you a good idea about specificity when it comes to browsers and rules and everything else. I know it was quite literally the tip of the iceberg, but hopefully you can understand this a little more by just going through experimentation and trying things out. If you have any questions regarding this or anything in Chapter 13, please let me know and I'll help guide you to the best possible answer. Otherwise, I'll help research the answer for you. Go ahead and start your Chapter 13 assignments, and if you have any questions, which I highly think you will, please let me know so I can help you out. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and jump into Chapter 14, which is styling lists, tables, and forms.